I have no doubt that America is in a position to continue to succeed. That's why my farewell address tonight, I want to warn the country of some things that give me great concern. This is a dangerous and that's a dangerous concentration of power in the hands of a very few ultra-wealthy people. And the dangerous consequences if their abuse of power is left unchecked. Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy, our basic rights and freedoms, and a fair shot for everyone to get ahead. We see the consequences all across America.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Joy Report. If you're new here, Karibu. If you're a 10 subscriber, thank you so much for clicking. In today's video, we are going to discuss about President Joe Biden's final speech and the warning that he gave to Americans. If this is the kind of content that you enjoy, please consider subscribing, share it to your friends, and also like it so that it may be able to reach a wider audience. But before then, I think it is right that we take a step back and see how we got here. And so, at the beginning of 2024, Joe Biden was seeking for a re-election from the Americans. But after his June 24th debate with President Trump, it was clear to the Americans, people, and even his supporters that Biden was not ready. And a month later, he stepped down and endorsed his Vice President, Kamala Harris, to be able to run for the presidency, in which he lost to President Trump. And so in his speech, I feel there was a reflection of that disappointment. And so it might have influenced a bit on how he thought. So before we get straight into this video, let's take a step back and watch a few videos of the said debate. Let's watch it together.
Eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicaid. He beat it to death.
The only person on this stage is a convicted felon is the man I'm looking at right now. And the fact of the matter is, what he's telling you is simply not true. The fact is that there was no effort on his part to stop what was going on. And all those people, every one of those who were convicted, turned over desks, turned them over statues. The idea that those people are patriots? Come on. When I asked him the first two debates we had, first time around, I said, will you denounce the Proud Boys? He said, no, I'll tell them to stand by. The idea he's refusing, will you denounce these guys? Will you denounce the people we're talking about now? Will you denounce the people who attacked that Capitol? What are you going to do? The idea that I did anything wrong relative to what you're talking about is outrageous. It's simply a lie, number one. Number two, the idea that you have a right to seek retribution against any American just because you're president is wrong. It's simply wrong. No president's ever spoken like that before. No president in our history has spoken like that before. Number three, the crimes that you are still charged with, and think of all the civil penalties you have. How many billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties for molesting a woman in public, for doing a whole range of things, of having sex with a porn star on the night while your wife was pregnant? I mean, what are you talking about? You have the morals of an alley cat.
Now that you have watched those videos, I'm sure you understand why I say that his own disappointment might have influenced his final speech. Now let's play a clip of the said final speech, and then I will come back with my commentary.
I have no doubt that America is in a position to continue to succeed. That's why my farewell address tonight, I want to warn the country of some things that give me great concern. This is a dangerous and that's a dangerous concentration of power in the hands of a very few ultra-wealthy people. And the dangerous consequences if their abuse of power is left unchecked. Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy, our basic rights and freedoms, and a fair shot for everyone to get ahead. We see the consequences all across America.
Now, the point I want to focus on is where Biden said that America is slowly becoming an oligarchy type of government. This is a warning that he gave to the American people that they're slowly losing their democracy. Now, what is an oligarchy type of government? Not to be confused by an oligopoly, which is a type of market structure that is controlled by a few or small number of firms. An oligarchy is a type of government where power rests with a few individuals. Now, in history, there have been governments who have had this type of a system. One to note is the Philippines, which this system was between the years 1965 to 1986. We also have Iran, we have Ukraine, we have Russia, and now President Biden is fearful that America is heading down that path. Now, when we head back to the United States, we can give an example of someone like Elon Musk. We have seen recently a New York cover where President Trump took a photo with Elon. And using him as an example, we can say that Elon has a lot of influence, and many people are even joking that he is like a co-president. He has influence and he even sits on very important calls. This is because Elon contributed/donated close to $300 million for President Trump's re-election. So he has a lot of influence in that regard. Also, we have seen people like Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, being very close to President Trump. And some of these people, after the January 6th incident, we saw them very critical of President Trump. So a few eyebrows are being raised, like, why are they now being close to the president? And it is not unusual because anyone in business, if you can get to be close allies with people in power, you would go that route. But it is just alarming because they were critical of him in the past, but now some of them even attended his inauguration. So it has been raising eyebrows in that regard. Also, a point to note that probably made Biden think that America is slowly becoming an oligarchy is the fact that the United States stock market is practically controlled by 7 companies. Among them is Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Tesla, just to name but a few. And as I defined at the start, an oligarchy type of government is one which power rests with a few people. So you can see why Biden has this concern. These are just a few points that I will leave you to ponder upon and to think about. I feel they're good points that we should be thinking about. Also, go down in the comment section, guys. Let's keep the discussion going. Tell me what you think about what I just highlighted. And I would love if we can interact on the comment section. Otherwise, if you're here up to this point, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you have not. Share and like my video. I'll leave you with a clip of a Biden supporter highlighting his achievements during his term in office. Until next time, guys, I'll see you. Bye.
Please, dude, what can you say about the current administration? Name one policy Biden has put forth that has actually helped the country. Come on, give me one. So I can only think of a couple things Biden has done. CHIPS and Science Act, Inflation Reduction Act, infrastructure bill, more student loan forgiveness than any president in history, capping insulin and inhalers at $35 a month, getting Big Pharma to the table to negotiate price caps on the 10 most commonly used Medicare drugs, small changes to Obamacare accessibility to get us to the highest percentage of insured Americans, I believe, in American history, getting us out of Afghanistan, reestablishing sensible relationships with our historical Western allies. I could go on and on and on. So there's plenty of meat on the bone there. It's just a lot of people really don't want to hear it.